We are going to be setting up a grid on your canvas panel, so make sure you write your name on the back of the canvas panel and then flip it over to set up your grid. You're going to need your ruler, and this canvas panel is supposed to be 14 inches by 11 inches. So we're going to mark off every inch on the top here, going all the way up to 14. Now it might be just a little bit short if that canvas has shrunk around the panel itself. But it's going to be about 14 inches. Then after you mark every inch on top, slide your ruler down. Don't flip it or turn it. Slide it down and also mark every inch on the bottom so that we can line up 2 points, the top and the bottom, and we know they're both an inch apart. Now, if we only have 1 point here and drawing a straight line, it's not going to be very straight. But if we have 2 that we can connect, then we're going to connect them going across. So you're going to do this and line them up and draw them all the way across that way. Then you're going to turn it and do the same thing vertically, where you mark every inch across the short end. And again, it should be about 11 inches, but it might be just a little bit short if the canvas has shrunk the panel underneath it. And then slide your ruler down and do it on the bottom. And then go ahead and connect those so that you have a grid going all the way across the entire board. So I'm just going to keep going. Please always make sure that you're doing it every inch. Do not just take your ruler and trace your ruler and trace your ruler again and trace your ruler again. Your ruler probably is not an inch wide. If it's a little bit longer, then your grid is going to be off and not accurate. And once you have it done, it'll look like this, nice squares, again on every inch. And I have it set up to match our transparency grid, which is also 14 squares across and 11 squares going down. You're going to find your picture and you are going to place this transparency on top of it. Now, if it doesn't quite fit, you might want to consider where the main subject is going to be. Do we want to slide it up and cut off some of the bottom so it touches the bottom here? Do we want to slide your transparency down so the main subject floats to the top? Maybe it should be going vertically like this. Or horizontally, you have to decide. And then this transparency is really easy to see the 1, 2, 3 across the top, ABC along the bottom. I'm going to line it up so the bottom of the picture is at the bottom of the page, and I might have a gap here. That's okay, I'll just fill that in with black. I always like to tape it in more than one spot so it doesn't shift around. And then looking at my canvas, I need to make sure my canvas matches. So this goes horizontally up to 14 across the top and then ABC on down. So I have to make sure that my canvas does the same thing. It can't be vertical like this. It has to be horizontal. And then I'm going to mark it. A and 1 are the same box here. So if it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way across, A is also the same top box, and then it goes A, B, C, D, and so on down. So you might want to label it like that. And the key here is hopefully that you drew your grid lines lightly. If you didn't, feel free to take your big pinky eraser and erase away the ones later on after you get done drawing it so that we don't have the grid lines showing through any of the light colored paint. So there you go, give it a shot.